Hello there! Welcome to the Clark side. I am Clark. Before we begin, please remember to chill touch that like button, subscribe to join the skeleton crew. If you enjoy the content on this channel, please check out the links. It would really help us out. And without any further ado, we hand it over to Jess, and she will take us Waterdeep.
All right, so we last left off with a giant fireball. And you guys questioned different witnesses and stuff about. Do you remember what you learned?
Not a whole lot. We have a necklace of fireballs with one fireball ball thing missing from the necklace. We have one witness said that it looked like a giant puppet thing from on top of the roof. And then I think we need to talk to the greenhouse lady eventually.
Yeah, I saw someone run away from the scene. And I think that they had the tattoo of the winged snake or something that we had recognized before.
I think those were the dead people.
Oh, the dead people. No,
Yeah.
the gnome was also a target, but we did not recognize the gnome.
Yes.
And where was the gnome headed?
For some reason, in the direction of our tavern. From what I understood.
Yep. And I know you want to also join the Emerald Enclave too, right?
Ursa.
Ah, yeah, that one's me. Sorry. Yes.
Okay, cool. So, what would you like to do first? Do you want to go ahead and join the Emerald Enclave, or do you want to hand over the evidence and look at the dead?
Let's do the evidence first. I can wait.
Perhaps we should check back in with the lady who owns that greenhouse before she gets detailed important to our case.
I like
Sounds
that
good.
idea, Zamados. Linus, would you like to come along?
Sure, I've already been over there once, and she just yelled at me, but we can go back.
I mean, that kind of happens when you walk on people's roofs.
I didn't walk. It was fine.
Okay.
Okay, so all of the dead has been cleared away, as well as the guards. They've already questioned everyone. But you still have your witnesses about kind of talking amongst themselves and different people spreading rumors and gossip and, oh my gosh, did you hear what happened here?
Let's see. Is she still outside, or is she...
Oh, she is, yes. She is currently watering some of the outside plants and flowers and stuff, and kind of murmuring to different passerbys that, oh, I was the one that saw it. I was able to see it.
Hey Jess, would you also paste my new construct over on this page too?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
No problem. So are you going to go up to her?
Yes, Cedric approaches her. I hear you had the best view of the incident that happened. Mind telling us what you saw?
Oh, yes, definitely. I was watering the plants in the greenhouse on the second floor of my shop. And you know, that's the floor that has like the best view over all of Troll Skull Alley.
Sure.
And that blast blew out some of my windows.
Oh, that is
Luckily.
tragic.
It was tragic. Now I have to pick up the glass out of each and every one of my plants.
Oh,
Oh, Some people just don't take others into consideration.
They sure don't. And Linus would be glad to help you at a later date and get all the glass out.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, so good. Thank you so much.
He's a good boy.
Well, you know, it was lucky I wasn't injured, but through the smoke, I did see a cloaked man take something off of the body of that dead gnome. I saw him, and then he started limping away. He was going so fast. He was very badly burned. I'm so baffled how he was able to move that fast. And he kept casting glances over his shoulder like he was afraid he was being followed, and oh my god, he headed towards the bent nail. That's all I know. He just took something and left. So suspicious.
Did you see what it was he took, or how big it was, the size of it?
It was something rather small. He was able to fit it into his hand, but it was bigger than his hand. It looked like a stone.
Okay.
Very well.
Did you happen to notice anything else about this man that could give us any more details?
Oh, he was wearing a black hooded cloak.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you. We appreciate you being so forthcoming with all this information. Linus will be back probably tomorrow or the day after to assist in getting the rest of the glass out, if that's okay.
Oh, that's so good. I will be expecting you, young man.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, it's not that far. Not, it's like right here.
Yes, he will be of most use. His mending will make sure every single piece of your glass is back exactly where it was.
Oh, that's so wonderful. You know, if you're able to help me out with that, I would be so glad to give you a potion for free.
Okay. Maybe not every piece of glass, but I'll try. And yeah, the potion sounds great.
Not every piece of glass. With your casting abilities, come on, Linus.
Yes, don't sell yourself short.
Linus, roll a d8.
Oh no. Oh, that's not bad.
She hands you a potion of water breathing.
Oh, okay.
And with that, Cedric nods and flourishes his cape as he spins around to walk off.
The bent nail is a good lead.
That it is. Do we want to go over to the bent nail now, or would we like to go to the see the bodies? If he went to the bent nail, I believe there's a sewer down in that area. Maybe we could follow a trail or something.
So long as Linus has his hands on the evidence, we can claim that we have given it to a representative of the proper authority.
And if you remember from last time, the representative of the proper authorities went to the City Watch jail, where they are currently holding all the dead bodies and they're looking over them.
What would you guys like to do?
First of all, make sure that we do specifically hand the necklace of fireballs with 2 beads on it over to Linus.
Are you giving that to me?
Yep.
All
I mean,
right.
you are the representative, so.
Yeah. I'll hold on to it.
Well, as the representative, you have to make sure it gets to certain authorities.
Yes.
I mean,
Time
or you
frames,
could not.
details.
You
They
could
don't know
not.
about it. Let's go. Cedric looks over to Zamados and Urso. So let's go check out the bent nail, and then let's head over to the jail.
Yes, a hearty lunch for all of our hard work. Sounds absolutely in order.
At the bent nail? What would we eat over there? They sell armor and bows.
This place.
So you're telling us you eat people? Back over here for an unrelated. Anyways,
There are many taverns. It is confusing. Never
Sure
mind.
thing, Zamados. This Cedric leads the way. Through these back alleys.
Linus, what do you make of my new mechanical companion?
I'm gonna push up my glasses and look closer at it. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool.
Jess, is that sewer that's on the map actually there?
Mm-hmm.
Cedric says to Zamados, go look around that sewer, see if that's the possible escape route. Because if he came this way, it makes a circle. There's nowhere else for him to have gone. I will go inside and talk to the owner here at the Bent Nail.
I'll go with you.
Alright, I'm going to investigate that. I want to see if this grate seems like it's had, like it's been moved recently.
Roll perception. Nice.
There goes all of our attack rolls for the rest of the game.
You can tell that while it does not look as if it has been moved anytime recently, there is a very thick layer of dust and dirt over the top that has not been disturbed. If you do peek your head down inside, you do see that there is, in fact, sewer access to the entire city.
No signs of having been moved recently. Either this is a very clever illusion, or it is merely nothing. And I'll leave it be and report back.
Did she say that he just went that direction towards the Bent Nail?
Yes, that he went that direction from. You also have to remember that it was from. Hang on, I'm coming back.
It was from northeast or northwest of our building, right?
Correct. So he just went towards the northeast.
He went like this direction.
Yes.
Okay. It's always good to check things. Though. Yeah, I'll ask the owner here at the Bent Nail if he or she saw anything suspicious or that met any of these criteria.
No, he actually did not see anything. As soon as he heard he was out in the back of his shop, and that as soon as he heard anything, he went the opposite direction. He cut through the buildings this direction and would have essentially missed him if he was running.
Okay. All right. Cedric says, "Thank you for your cooperation, sir. We're gonna leave you alone now. Enjoy the rest of your
anytime.
day. Stay safe."
Wait,
You as
he
well.
said he ran away?
Pretty much.
Did you see anybody else while you were running?
No, he did not.
Okay, so that means that he probably, whoever it was, could have hidden one of these houses down here.
Well, the guy went. The assailant went this way. He didn't come down this way at all. He just went straight that way, probably. Is what I'm understanding from just saying. He didn't come
I thought that she
through
was
here.
I thought that that's what she was saying, was that he did come through this way.
No, she's saying he was up here and just went that way, right?
Yes, so the explosion was right here, and the strange cloaked figure took something off the body right here on this corner, and then went, there we go. Yep, and then went that direction. And then the construct that was on top of the building, that the weird puppet thing, dropped something in the barrel that the necklace of fireballs that this guy found, but you don't
Okay.
know where that would.
Did the woman specify that they went down this way, or did they just keep going this way?
No, they just kept going.
She used the bent nail as a direction, as
Okay.
opposed
Correct.
to not actually going to the bent nail, but going in that direction.
Yes, correct.
I mean, we could just find out who went this way, see if they've seen anybody with a black robe.
Well, at this point, the guards already come from that direction and all that good stuff. So I think we should just go to the jail personally. But what do y'all think?
All right.
Jail could work.
Cedric says, Diero, what's your opinion on all of this? You like to chase down bounty hunters. You're a bounty hunter who chases down criminals. What is your take on all of this?
Well, usually the best way to get details on a seedy type person is to go into a seedy type bar.
That's fair.
I think they were trying to go to a seedy type bar. Ha.
I feel like I should be offended by that. But as it is, yes, I suggest we go to the jail for now.
All right, then let's make our way with haste. Cedric says as he starts headed towards the jail.
Am I going to need a license for my new companion?
We'll find that out when we get there.
Knowing this city, probably.
It'll probably be a fine.
Probably be some guild you have to join.
Oof, why are there a bunch of dead people? Oh, duh, because that's why they're there. I felt like we were actually in the jail part, and I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense. Don't mind me.
So all of the dead have been taken to the City Watch station in the North Ward, and they're kept in a cellar morgue. You see clerics from the local temples that have been brought in. They're casting a gentle repose spell on the corpses. They're trying to preserve them while the investigation is still ongoing. You know what? I would say that Linus would already know that the clerics can be hired to cast Speak with the Dead on one or more of the corpses. And you can do that a couple of different ways if that's something that you want to do. Otherwise, you do also see that Barnabas is in front of you, and he is also looking over the corpses as well.
Cedric looks over to Linus. Linus, since this is your jurisdiction, I'll let you lead the way on this.
No, I don't. That's too much responsibility. Barnabas is
your boss.
Yeah. Okay. I will approach him and hand out the necklace of fireballs, I guess.
Sure.
Barnabas, sir, mentor, I don't know what to call you yet. We found this necklace of fireballs at the scene of the crime, and it could be evidence, so here you go.
Ah. I was wondering how something so small would create such a large explosion. Thank you for this. This will definitely be handy in our investigation. No.
Is there anything else I can help with or do, or?
Or if you find out more information, just let me know. For now, I will question these commoners back here to see if anyone knows anything.
And you said that the cleric can, or the clerics can cast Speak with Dead if we would like them to?
Yes, you would either need renown in certain organizations, or you can make a donation to that cleric's specific temple if you want.
I've got 2 renown as a harper. I don't think that's going to be enough.
You need renown of 1 or higher, and either Force Grey, Grey Hands, Harpers, Lord's Alliance, Order of the Gauntlet, or the Zents.
Okay.
Has Linus relayed this information to us?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, then Cedric says, well, then let's speak to the Dalakar, or not Dalakar, we don't know his name, to the halfling. He was headed to our bar for some reason. We might as well figure out why. Or is he a gnome?
He was a gnome.
Might as well figure out a reason why.
This Dalakar fellow, yes.
We don't know his name.
We don't know it.
He's dead.
He looks like a Dalakar to me.
Cedric approaches one of the clerics. I hear you can allow us to speak with one of these dead, deceased people. We would like to do
Yes.
so, and I'm investigating this partially on behalf of the Harpers.
Oh, the Harpers. Oh, I'm very familiar with the Harpers. Yes. Well, I will allow you to speak with the dead on, through my wonderful spell, and
Very wonderful indeed.
but I can one cast is only available for one person, and you must have a list of questions before I cast the spell.
How many
Sure.
questions?
How many?
There is no limit on the number of questions. I just need to know what they are before I cast the spell.
Okie dokie. Let me get to quick writing.
We for sure want to know why.
Name.
What? Sure.
Are we just
Why
gonna
he was coming
ask this
towards us.
one guy who's conveniently named, or
Well, that's the gnome who was running towards our bar, correct? Our tavern. Maybe? I don't know. Do we recognize him? Is he below
Yes,
beyond
I would say that you would recognize him as the one that was facing your specific tavern.
Ask what he was doing out towards our tavern so
Yeah,
early in the morning.
Okay. Anything
Here.
else?
I've got. I said paste.
Just what happened. That's very general.
Well, you got to start with something. Once you hear, I mean, we got to have a list of. I don't know.
Yeah. Can I
We
ask?
don't know a lot, so that's
I
my
ask
list of
them
questions.
If we learn something while we're asking questions, can we ask additional questions, or do those also have to be written before?
That everything has to be before I cast the spell.
Okay.
What else do we need to add to that list? Right there.
What happened? Why were you coming to our bar? You might not know that it's our bar, so we might want to specify
To the Troll
Yeah.
Skull.
That's
What were you
just
doing in Troll
nitpicking.
Skull Alley?
Yeah. Take from you. Who are you with? Who was chasing you? else do I need to ask?
Do you have any enemies?
Why would your enemies want you dead?
Hmm.
I got my construct. I look over and say, "Sit," and it sits like a good little dog. I pet it on the head. Everything seems to be functional.
Is there anything else y'all would like to add to that list? Jake, Dev, Ben,
Those
Tyler.
questions. Yeah, that was pretty much what I would have said. Is like, do you have any enemies? Somebody did say like, what were you doing, right?
Uh, kind of. Why were they chasing you? Where were you? Where were you going? As opposed to, why were you coming to our bar? We'll say that too. Why were you coming, or where were you going?
Can
What
we
were the
have
motivation
your
of you?
remaining effects?
That's, I mean, said
Ben.
you could be like, no, it's evident. We cannot
Yeah,
do that.
Don't ask him that.
Jeez.
The cleric asks, "Is that all?"
I think so.
I believe so.
Okay then. You see him start to cast the Speak with Dead spell. And you see that he starts to get extremely still and quiet. And then he speaks and says, "Delakar stole an artifact. It was called the Stone of Galore. He stole it from the lair of a beholder known as Xanathar, in a dungeon deep below the city.
Yes! Thanatos' eyes light up.
Dalakar worked for the Open Lord of Waterdeep. He believes that the rightful Open Lord is Dagult Neverember, not the current Open Lord. The item that was worth killing him for is the Stone of Galore. It is the key to finding a horde of dragons hidden somewhere in the city. Delakar heard about a group of adventurers who rescued Lord Neverember's son from the Centaurum, and thought the Stone of Galore would be safe in their hands for the time being. He was on his way to their tavern to deliver it to them. He was planning to come back and reclaim it after he had eluded his pursuers. He believes that his pursuers were the Zentarum. He also believes that Xanathar thinks the Zentarum took the Stone of Galore, but secretly he took it, creating a rift now between Xanathar and Zentarum. The last thing he remembers is the fireball going off and everything went black. That is all I am able to get from him.
Awesome. That was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting down the Xanathar. Sounds like a worthy challenge.
As it does, Amados. His minions were able to destroy how many? 9 people? What would the 6 of us, including your animal, do against someone whose minions, whose followers are that strong?
Go out in a blaze of glory.
A blaze of something, because no one would know of our...
That all depends on where we fight them.
As true as that may be, we need to do more research before we go down there blind.
Very well.
Do you want to
Cedric says,
question anyone else here?
Sure, we could ask one of the cloaked figures something if y'all would like to.
Agreed. The cloaked figures should know something.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question. Will the figures answer every question they want, or will they still have reservations on giving out information?
Well, I feel like the way that it works is it would basically be as if you were talking to someone who is still alive. They can reserve their answers if they want to, but since they're dead, I don't see why they would. But they have the option.
Okay. Cedric asks the cleric, what would it cost us to have you speak with another one of these people?
He says, well, since you are part of the Harpers, normally you only get one spell. But I would do another one for you for 25 dragons?
I think we have that.
25 dragons. I didn't bring all of my money with me today. I've got 20 in my pocket right now, and they're all yours if you would like.
Roll persuasion.
Thanks, Ben.
I sigh and say, don't worry, I'll cover the other 5. You're always forgetting your wallet, Cedric.
It's a bad habit.
Yeah.
He says, oh, thank you. My temple will be greatly enhanced with this donation. Now, who else would you like to speak to?
I'm thinking one of these figures over here who we don't know. They were chasing Mr. Dalakar here.
Start with the one who is most severely burned.
Oh, this one down here.
Okay, we need to get our list of questions. Basically, they're the same, but slightly different. The who, what's your name? Who are you? What happened is vague as all get out. Why were you chasing this man? What faction do you work with? Which we already know is the Zentarums, right? Because of the tattoos. How many people were with you, and what are the names of the people that were with you?
Do you have the location of the last known Xanathar place? They very well could know. And it would save us a bit of time. The time comes.
If he knows.
Right, if if he is aware of this
Well, that's
information.
It's going to be a kind of vague answer because he's going to just say, like, in the sewers. Can y'all think of anything else, Dev, Jake? Tyler?
That's pretty spot on for what I'd say.
I can't think of anything
Yeah.
else more specific.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize you had made a very poor life decision?
Yeah, throw that in there.
At age 12, I stole my first chicken.
This is starting to sound a lot like me.
The cleric asks you, is this all?
Cedric nods. I believe so. I can't think of anything else.
Well, okay then. You see him start to cast the spell again. And again, he goes quiet and still.
Ah, should have asked him if he knew anyone else who might have known any of this information.
It's too late.
Well, that's why I said who was with you.
Oh, that is a reasonable question.
Because one person survived.
The cleric says, their names were Bishek, Ortalis, and Wern Malkrave. They had one other with them, but the other got away. The third figure was the only one that survived the blast. They were hired by Erstil Flaxen. They were chasing Delacar because it was their job to catch a gnome named Delacar. They knew he had some kind of artifact in his possession, which, according to Erstil Flaxen, would make them rich as kings. They reside and conduct all their business out of Growlhund Villa. They are part of the Zentarum. However, today they were hired mercenaries. They know that what blew them up was a construct similar to those in the Day of Wonders parade. That is all I know from them.
Would I know anything about the Day of Wonders parade?
Yes, you would. You would know that every fall, that the Day of Wonders parade starts in the dock ward and actually comes in off of 3 large galleons that come every year. And it is full of floats and circus animals and performers, and there's food and music, and it is a week-long festival sponsored by the local Temple of Gond, also known as the House of Inspired Hands. And the Temple of Gond is also known for creating some of the constructs in the Day of Wonders parade.
Useful information.
Yeah, I'll share that with everybody.
All right.
This still Fluxen sounds like a promising lead.
Now, which one did he say that was the one that got away? Or did he?
You do not have a name for the one who got away.
Okay. We just know that
Right.
the ones that are dead was Bishek, Ortalis, Warren, and Malgrave.
Yep. Unfortunately, did not ask the question of the name of the one that got away.
Oh.
Do we wish to fork over another 25 gold to ask again?
I mean, I said, did you see who survived? That would imply a name.
I will leave that up, Jess.
Oh, do you want to ask again? Do you want to pay another? Or do you need the name?
I feel like it would help us. But if he was hired, maybe the guy that hired him knows his name. But he could have just given him an alias.
Can we afford another one?
Cedric shrugs, and that's up to you guys.
It could also be that he doesn't know the name.
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't think we should spend another 25 on it.
Agreed. Let us locate this Erster Fluxen. That library may have information on him. Or what was that place?
The Dragon Library?
Yes, where we researched all that information about the past.
Yes, you were correct, Zombies. That was a library.
Okay, so you can go to the library. You can try to find Browhund Villa. You can go to the Temple of Gond. You can go do your Centaurum quest, or you could go do your Emerald Enclave quest. Lots of options.
It's too many options.
Welcome to the City of Splendors.
I'd still need to go join the Emerald Enclave first, wouldn't I?
You would go to the place they told you to go, Falconmere, and they'll tell you what they need.
Suppose we could do that next.
Sure. That's what you'd like to do?
I'd like to do everything.
Me too.
This game has too much of everything.
It really does.
We could stay at home and play house, or I guess tavern.
Guys, I keep coming back to the idea, man. There's no reason for us to be adventurers. Running a bar is kind of fun.
Fun as it is, I require blood to quench my bloodlust. Let us press onward.
You Gith are quite strange people.
Who said there's not going to be blood at the Emerald Enclave?
That's very fair. That could be...
You know, the place where they love animals.
Yeah, they gotta sacrifice a goat, right? Yes, let's go to the Emerald Enclave.
Okay.
Can we ask people along the way there if they knew anything about Erstofloxen?
You can if you want.
Gosh, this map is so big.
Really?
I can't even.
Okay, so you know that Falconmere is in the south ward. No, southern ward. Yeah, southern, not south.
What's in the South Ward? I'm sorry, what?
Falconmere.
No, Falcon.
How would you like to get down there? It is probably about midday right now.
Oh, wait,
Since the
how far is it? That's kind of far to have to be traveling every day.
you do not have to travel it every day. You just need to go there and basically sign up, and they'll give you a quest on, hey, we need you to do this, and then you can earn a renown.
Probably just take a taxi down there.
Guess we should do that.
I have silver for a taxi.
Mm-hmm.
Is Tyler still using the funds from our like party funds to
Getting
get us
silver to a gold
places?
piece, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes. Still, the conversions are all still the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like they changed the names for fun.
All right, so I'll pay for a taxi to get down there.
Okay. I mean, we could just take it out of the treasure.
Yeah, let's just take it out of the treasure.
Okay, well, that works too.
As long as somebody gives me a total, subtract it.
Well,
It's gonna be 1 gold total.
That's a round trip. 1 gold total per round
Yeah.
trip.
So 1 dragon.
Yeah, 1 dragon total per round trip. Yes.
For each of us, or in total?
Each of us.
In total. I thought it was in total.
No, it's
Total.
5. I thought it was 5 whatevers per trip.
Oh,
And then there's how many of us going down there? 5?
Yeah, but I thought it was like we were getting a single ride on a caravan, and that's how much it costs.
I thought it was like per person, like a.
Jess, which is it?
We'll just do a single dragon for everybody
Okay.
Okay.
total.
Got it.
but Matt wants to spend more
I felt
money
it
out of
was
his
like a-
pocket that doesn't exist.
I mean, I felt it was like bus fare, basically, because there's a bunch of us, and a big ass metal dog.
That's true.
So you managed to come upon Falconmere. It is a compound located 1 block south of a place called Kolat Towers. Which you can now see on the map.
Mm-hmm.
It is owned by the Tarm and Falcon noble families, and Melanor Fellbranch greets you at the gate. You can tell he's pretty friendly, but very humorless. He comes to you and says, "Who is interested in joining the Emerald Enclave?"
I am.
And do you seek to preserve balance within Waterdeep?
Yeah.
You sound so sure.
Are any of us ever sure about anything, truly?
Ah. Spoken like a true Emerald Enclave student.
Yes, of course.
All right then. There are some outlying farms that are being terrorized by a scarecrow come to life. It has slaughtered livestock, chased horses, and spooked farmers. No people have been killed as yet, so the city guard is dragging its heels. But something must be done. If you can get rid of this scarecrow, you will have a renown known in the Emerald Enclave.
So you want us to kill it or get rid of it?
Either is good.
Alright.
However you can do it.
We're gonna kill it then.
Yes.
Scarecrows don't like fire. Seeing on how it burns them.
That's assuming it's a regular wooden scarecrow.
Alright, we'll be back.
Where in the farms is... I mean, I'm guessing we could just ask where, but... Do we have a specific farm that it's terrorizing?
Have we actually left the city since we started this game?
We've gone to the... Oh, we went to a
You went to
brewery.
Snow Beetle Orchard and
Oh,
Meery.
yeah, that's right.
But the scarecrow's in Undercliff Village.
Okay.
Way down.
Alright. Do we want to just do that, or do you guys want to come back to that?
What all do we have on the agenda currently? What are all things that we have to do or need to
We
do?
need to go...
Or have the option.
We need to go talk to Urstel, or find Urstel Floxen,
Okay.
who resides at the Growlhund Villa.
Mm-hmm.
We need to... That's pretty much it.
We'll talk to the people at the Temple of Gond. They'll know more about the construct.
Yes, the Temple of Gond. I forgot about that. We need to talk to them.
We'll see exactly what they know.
Did anybody have any specific organizational quests they needed to?
No, I don't. That I saw. Might help if I look again.
I owe a friend a favor. He has requested that I look into elf and half-elf killings at Darkwall.
That's right. That.
Sure.
Also, the House of Inspired Hands is now on your map in the Sea Ward.
Let's see. Okay, and Jess, I didn't have any actual organizational quests yet, right? Like, it was just.
For the Magus?
Yeah.
No. You are just in charge of protecting the city against various things.
Just
If you
making
see
sure.
something, if you see something, it is up to you to put a stop to it.
Make sure I didn't miss any. Okay, so House of Inspired Hands over here. Oof.
If it's midday when we came all the way down here, by the time we get to the house of or to the Temple of Gond, the day will be gone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, we are right next to the dock ward if we wanted to go check on Zamados' mission.
Let's do
and
that.
that was my next thing. Yeah. We could either do that or we could go kill this thing that's over here in the village.
As the scarecrows come out at night.
Oh, they do?
Ah, a perfect way to kill time before we kill the scarecrow.
Zamados, why didn't you just become an actor?
Well, I do have a degree of proficiency in performance. It comes with gladiatorial combat. Be surprised what comes with.
I'm sure we would. Now, which way do we need to go? Let's start heading west. Do we want to walk or do we want to get a taxi again? Where are we at?
Perhaps we should save our money. It is so close.
It's quite a walk, though. Do we?
Where are we currently?
We are down here.
No, we're just going to the dock ward, right?
Where in the dock ward are we going? Zamados, you said your favor of your friend is over here in the dock wards. Where exactly do we need to go in the docks?
We are to find one Devil Star Song.
Is that a
Where?
person?
Yes, it is a person.
Well then, Linus, what are some good taverns that we could ask around about for this devil fellow?
I know anything about the dock wardens.
Being that you're a noble and you're generally kept inside a lot, I don't think so.
Okay. I didn't think so either, but I was gonna ask.
So would I know where Devil is?
You actually do know where he's supposed to be, but that's actually not what you're supposed to be looking for.
Okay.
You're looking for elf crime? What is happening?
Supposedly, the elf and half-elf sailors of the dock ward have been decapitated in the dead of night.
Oh. And you want to go there at night?
Oh no, we're going there at day, aren't we? We're going to kill the scarecrows at night.
Oh, okay.
Yes, no need to worry. Yet,
Don't worry, tonight we're only fighting living scarecrow monsters that have the strength to kill cows. Don't worry.
Wait, what?
Shh, Linus.
Nothing. Just Linus. Don't worry about it. You're a strong little
Linus,
fellow.
the adults are talking, okay? Here, go to the picture.
Go look at those pictures you found in that one book in the library. I mean, where would we even go to find out about these decapitations? They're sailors, and it's at night, so let's go find any literal tavern that's near-ish the coast, and, like, ask about it.
I ask around about where these killings, specifically in the dock ward, have taken place.
Sorry, I'm having difficulty. You know that they are generally around Ship Street.
Oh god, you're gonna make me search for that.
Here.
Can you shift click all of us over there, please?
Hey Ben, it's where the green and blue pings are.
Keep pinging on.
Anyways, we're gonna head towards Ship Street then, right, fellas?
Agreed.
Sounds like a plan.
Do we want to walk, or it's not too long of a walk, would it?
Before we do that, hold on. I'm going to cast Aid.
Oh.
And that's going to go on Diero, Zamados, and Zamados' little fucking dragon thing.
Ooh. Take it.
If you die, you can't blame me now. I tried my hardest.
If I die, I'm still blaming you.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can. Linus can. These two can't.
Alright, your Emerald Enclave handout has been updated as well.
Can we join more than one group?
Join whatever you want.
We should join the Lord's Alliance too.
And the Order of the Gauntlet. Why not, right? And Foursquare and Greyhounds.
I can't join the Order of the Gauntlet.
I'm not joining anything else. I don't like taking
Yeah.
orders. Harper sounds like a good fit for Cedric.
not confident enough of doing anything else.
Yes, you should be.
Not yet, but we're working on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you are going around the dock ward on Ship Street, it is starting to become night. Do you want to stay there and kind of loiter about and see if you see anything fishy going on? Or do you want to leave and come back during the day?
I mean, since all these killings are happening at night, and we're already over here and it's night.
The night is young. Let us tarry before we press onward.
Okay.
I'm not opposed.
The first night you were there, nothing happens. Everything seems to go just as normal. Would you like to go a second night?
Yes, but let's use Linus as bait.
Why is it
An
always me?
excellent proposition.
You're the only half-elf, aren't you?
Yeah, but he doesn't really look like a sailor.
I'm a half elf.
But they're all half-elves that are being attacked. Yeah, but Diero looks like he might be able to put up a fight.
Oh, that's true.
Does anybody have like a disguise kit that could make me look like a sailor boy?
I don't know what kind of fetishes you're into, but I don't think Cedric
I
would be
said
into
what
that.
I said.
Allow me.
I mean, yeah, I can do it. We don't need, I mean, like, if we just... Okay, that'll work. Rub some dirt on his face and...
I make him look like the
Flapjack.
yeah, make him look like Flapjack.
The second night you were there, nothing happens.
Hmm.
Linus.
Music got creepy.
This is getting old fast. Zamados, I thought you said stuff was happening during the night. Let's give it at least...
Should I try acting? Oh, what I'm in I don't know how to act.
No,
Oh no,
no.
no, Grant.
You
I think
just-
I'm going to trip.
Just look lost. Which,
that's
I
easy.
mean, it's easy because you always look lost. Yes, just that face there.
I know. Here we go. I'll put my glasses. Oh, where are they? And I'll crawl around on the ground with my glasses.
Sure. Let's give it one more night.
Okay. And these nights are consecutive or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming so. Any oppositions?
Wait, consecutive is in like, are we sleeping in between them, or is it like, okay, no, this is hour 48,
No.
no sleep.
No, yeah,
No,
we're
as
just
long
going
as-
6 days straight, no sleep. We're just
3
straight.
nights in a row. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Okay. If they are consecutive, then on the third night,
Dun, dun, dun.
you notice that there is a very drunk half-elf sailor leaving Mule Skull Tavern on Ship Street in the dock ward. He looks exactly like a possible victim. Would you like to follow him?
I do.
Agent. The construct.
Oh, dang it.
Dang it, Ben. Why do you gotta be so complicated?
Yeah, this is your fault, Ben. No one else's. I am all in agreement if we just want to blame Ben for this.
Yeah, it's always Ben's fault.
Alright, got it.
I think he needs to pick another character, or another token next time, though. Because I can't see that thing.
Yeah, Ben, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and just change that for me, dude. If only because, like, I am not gonna see that in game, ever. I love the picture. Maybe, like, open the picture and paint and just give it, like, a background so we can all...
That might help.
It's just the transparency that I'm having an issue with.
I need to redo my token's health.
Does the boot help?
No, I mean kinda, but like only a little.
Give it like maybe like a 1 foot aura.
I don't want to do that.
Or I wonder if they'll do decimals with the aura.
Okay, ready?
Actually, he does need a 5-foot aura.
Dad,
Just-
Ben.
Yeah, because his defense counts. Something within 5 feet of him, just to help keep that.
I mean, does he really need an aura for that?
Yes.
5 feet is right next to him.
Well, that's my excuse for having it, so you can see it better, and I don't have to do a whole lot of.
Ben, we can't see the aura.
Can't see the aura.
No.
Right. Hey, Jess, could you let them see?
Ben, just
my
give
God.
the picture a background. Hey Ben, remember when you said you were all ready? Hey, Matt, Tyler, Dev, do you remember when Ben said he was all ready? Jess, do you remember?
Yeah, that one time.
We can even quote it. There you go. Now we see the giant red circle. Ben, I'm glad that you had to go through this much trouble.
Okay, anyway.
Onward!
Yeah,
So,
you guys
huh?
take the lead. I'll stay back for now. Because you know what'll happen if I go first.
I gave you that aid spell. You go first.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. I'm wearing split nail.
Who needs to be stealthy?
Wait, did you give me 8 again? Because it wears off after 8 hours, it says.
Yeah, I just gave you it.
Oh. I thought that was like the first night.
No, that cast, I said like I cast it beforehand. I mean, if it's another night, I'm gonna keep casting it, yeah?
Okay. Just checking.
Hey, don't you fucking dare talk to me like that.
God forbid I make sure. I'm sorry. I'll just
You were
assume
gonna
from
make
now on and get in
no
trouble.
promise.
Well, you can choose to follow him stealthily or not. It's up to you, however you want to do it. But he is drunkenly stumbling upon down the road.
If we follow him loudly, people are gonna. If anyone's after him, they're gonna know, and they're not gonna attack him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go quietly.
And are you looking for anything else in the meantime?
People following him other than us.
Does
Do we
anybody
need to
want
roll
be
perception?
invisible?
Zamados. No. The Diero would need to be the invisible.
Yeah,
No, that would
probably.
help with the clank, clank, clank.
I think it would cancel it out, actually.
Does it invisibility cover sound? I'm assuming that's what.
No, I think it's that invisibility gives advantage on stealth.
Just lets you hide anyway.
Oh, never mind. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and YOLO this, guys.
You have fun. I'll just stay like a good 10 feet behind everybody else.
As the kids say, YOLO.
Good job.
Yay! Apparently, I really am only gonna live once.
Oof.
I'm assuming like I sneak forward and then just trip and fall right next to Zambados.
I follow behind them.
Hey guys, are we sneaking?
Guess I can try to follow. Dear, do you want to not be invisible?
I don't want to. It would be a waste on me.
Okay. So we are stealthing along, correct?
Good luck, everybody.
All right, anyone who is following him, roll perception.
Oh my
Oof.
god.
I don't have night vision. That's what my excuse is. Or dark vision, rather.
All right, Urso, you are actually able to make out a strange shadowy figure hiding right around the corner.
Okay, where do I see him again? Oh, okay, you actually put him down. All right. I don't need you to point him out now that I actually see he's on the
Oh.
map. And I was just being an idiot.
Would you like to roll initiative or let him strike?
He looks like he's about to kill this guy.
Yes, that is his goal. You can tell that he is poised and ready to strike, just waiting for him to come just a little bit nearer.
Hold on just a second.
Oops.
Okay, yeah, we should probably, like, not let him die, huh?
You want me to sprint at him? Might as well roll initiative.
Oh, it's a good night for the air.
Dang it! Oh,
Oh, no.
I always forget. I have to make it visible. Hang on.
It showed up as a 17 on the tracker, so.
Oh, did it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, if he fights, though, you'll probably want to see that. There we go. Okay. All right, Zamados, you get to go first.
I peer around. The looks to be a drow hiding in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And I run my hand across like the back of my greatsword and use magic coalescing around. I flick off what looks to be like a liquid that forms a bubble, floats above Heldar and down to the drow, and pops as an acid.
All right.
Six points of damage. Fails his dexterity save. Oh.
Fails.
And I look to my Iron Defender and say, "Bring me the drow." And he shares my initiative count, so he goes right now.
Alrighty. What's his movement speed?
40 feet.
Oh.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to command him to just dash to get up to his face. And he just uses, and that's a bonus action for him to do. he automatically always uses normal action for dodge action. So he is right up in this drow's face. And that'll be it.
Alrighty.
See it
Well, it's his turn.
bounding forward, just this iron creature, and it snarls at him.
I don't know why it rolled dice.
Well, both
Going
nines miss.
Right for the Iron Defender.
Yep. The disadvantage for having dodged, both the nines miss.
Alrighty, Cedric, you're up.
All right. I move here, and I throw some of my throwing knives at him, or the darts, whatever you'd like to call them.
Oh,
Nice. The second one definitely hits. For 5 damage.
And with that, I get to move 10 more feet. So I move slightly closer. And with that, I end.
Ursa, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna run right about here. That sounds like a good spot. And I'm also just gonna cast Acid Splash.
Oh, he fails.
nice.
And after that, I'm all done.
So,
Linus.
is it apparent that this guy has a gun?
I would say, as of right now, no.
Okay.
All right, so that's my turn.
Yes. I figure since he has 2 short swords out, he does not have a weapon or a gun pointed anywhere. So, yeah. Yeah, Linus, you're up.
Alrighty. Guess I will just dash. Here. And that's all.
Make haste, Linus. You're missing all the action.
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Point out my Iron Defender just snapping at this guy.
Diero.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sprint too. Yep, and that's all I can do.
Okay. Zamados, what would you like to do next?
I once again flick an acid splash in this guy's general direction.
Oh, he passes that time.
And I shout to my Iron Defender, "Sick him!" as my bonus action. And it is his turn, so he absolutely does that. Oh, 13 doesn't sound like it.
13 misses.
Well, he takes the dodge action with normal action. Done.
Okay. He will go for the multi-attack again against the Iron Defender. With both of his short swords.
Both miss.
Alright, Cedric.
I draw my scimitars and come in for an attack. Or 2, rather. Oof.
Both miss.
And with that, I move out of his line of sight.
Would that provoke an opportunity attack?
I have mobile.
He has mobile.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Urso, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna go wild here. And I'm gonna cast inflict wounds on him. Alright guys, wish me luck.
Oh my.
Ah. Damn it.
That is a miss.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Alright, and I will end there.
Okay, Linus, what would you like to do?
I'd love to. Can I see him from where I'm at? Too much behind this wall.
Well, you definitely can see him. Even if it's through other people. I would say you could see him.
Okay. So I want to cast, or not really cast. I want to use frostbite. I think frostbite has a range. Let me. Range 60 feet. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. I will do that.
Constitution. He takes 3 cold damage. Anything else?
Wait, why does it take 3? Past the Constitution save, right?
He takes no damage, it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Oh, he takes no. Never mind.
Mhm.
He does not take 3.
Okay. I was like, hold on, what am I missing? That. Well, actually, I will take. Yeah, so I'll move to this side over here. And that is all.
Okay. Diero, assassin versus assassin.
Alright, let's see here. 20, 30. Unfortunately, he's still out of my range. I'll just go here for now and end my turn.
Okay. Samados, you're up.
I trudge forward. I continue to flick off beads of magic, turn into acid splashes. One point of acid as the bubble floats to pops very unaggressively. Don't let him get away.
Kind of flinch.
I point under to fight him.
He has a light sunburn now.
Oh,
Oh, his bite narrowly, not so narrowly misses.
all right, and he dodges continuously and done.
You can tell that this drow is getting fed up with what is in front of him. And he pulls out a pistol.
Oh,
And still misses. Cedric.
Alright. I'm gonna come up, get in his face, and I'm gonna try again, and this time hopefully the roll 20 won't roll weird for me.
The second one hits for 8 slashing damage. You can tell that while you do wound him, he is not phased.
Okay. And I use Mobile Flourish and push him 5 feet back.
What is this man doing? The drunk man that we're following? Is he just kind of.
He's currently just kind of watching everything go down, as
Okay.
if he is at a show.
And I move back out of the way and end my turn.
All right, Urso, you're up.
Well, inflict wounds turned out to work perfectly. So instead, I'm gonna blast him with a firebolt and also still miss, because that's what I do. Then I'm
You
gonna
did.
run off.
You happened to throw it a little bit too high, and it went down the alley rather than at him.
Stop calling your shots.
At least I was right. That's all that's important.
What's that behind us? Like the brown, is that water or is that dirt?
It's water.
It's water, like muddy water.
Oh,
Do we know how deep it is?
you like push him in.
Well,
We should
yes,
probably
but
just kill him so he doesn't get away.
Oh, that's also true.
compared to the trash that you see down there and on the other side as well, it is not deep at all. It's less than a foot.
But how far is the fall?
Probably like 3 feet.
Oh. Never mind.
There is a small wall around it,
Mhm.
but again, it's also not very tall.
Do you want to kill him, or do you want to take him and like
I wanna-
interrogate?
I would like to interrogate him personally.
So just make our attack non-lethal when we take him out.
Yup.
Yeah.
Anyways, it is Linus's turn. I was all done. I can't do anything else.
All right. There. I don't see him now. I will hold Frostbite in case he peeps back out to attack.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Diero, now's your chance.
Alright. Yeah, I can actually hit this guy. Let's see. Cut through here. And I will strike at him from this distance with my glaive. I don't have that enhancement anymore, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You do not have the enhance.
Alright. Try to make this non-lethal. Never mind.
It was non-lethal, technically.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
All right, you can tell that he is very experienced in dodging attacks. Zamados, what are you going to do?
I move forward. I continue to form my acid splash at it. You can't dodge forever, but my mechanical creature can. Then I snap my fingers after I do for him, snap for the Iron Defender to jump at him and fight.
Just as you throw the acid, he holds up a shield and is able to fend off the Iron Defender in front of him as well.
And it moves back. It will provoke the opportunity.
He don't need to. He can stay right there if he needs to.
Oh, can he? Oh, well, never mind
Yeah.
then. Never mind then.
The only other, I mean, I can come in, attack, and leave.
Yeah. He'll just stay there then. He'll just right in his face. And I'm done.
All right. And since he has that right in his face, he's going to pull out his pistol again.
Oh, a 16 does hit.
And does 24 damage to the Iron Defender.
Oh, but I'm poisoned on the Iron Defender.
He does 12.
Yes, 12. Thanks again, Jake, for that aid. That was very helpful.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know, at least I had to be useful somehow.
Alright, Cedric, you're up.
Alright, as you're coming up, the Iron Defender kind of haunches down, hop onto his back, flash at him. Then he kind of helps propel you back.
The first one hits for 8 slashing damage.
And I end.
How do you like his teamwork?
He works quite well, but that's not time for discussing this. Focus on killing him, or taking him out.
Oh, trust me, I am.
You can tell that the drow is starting to feel a little bit of pain, but he's not anywhere close to giving up. Urso.
Yep, and that note, I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to cast Bless. And that's going to go on Diero, the doggo, and Cedric.
Alright.
Alrighty. Anything else?
No, that's all.
Linus.
Alright. I will move forward a little bit. Kind of behind Zamados. And frostbite again. Or at least try to. Think me. Yeah.
Oh, and he fails.
Yay! Plenty.
Nicely done. Anything else?
Think that's it. And he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay. Diero.
Okay. I've got Bless, that should help a little bit. But to make it even better, I am going to activate my Fighting Spirit ability. That'll give me advantage on this attack and another 5 temp hit points.
Oh, nice.
Alright. Let's see. Advantage. Oh boy.
That is a miss.
It's not going very well. Not for me, anyway.
I know, actually, everybody's got some pretty bad rolls, including myself.
Well, that's all I can do.
Alright, Zamados.
He seems slippery, but is he as slippery as grease? And I start to intone the magic words for the spell. And the space from his space behind him is now suddenly a 10-foot space of grease.
Behind him, or including what he's standing on?
Yeah, including where he stood, from where his space back. Then 10 feet, yeah. Yeah, there. Exactly right there.
Okay.
He has to make a dexterity saving throw. DC. That is a good DC.
Oof, he's a +4 to that save.
Oh, and I command my dog to attack once more. The dog's been blessed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That hits.
Awesome. So it deals 6 piercing damage as the mechanical canine leaps for draconic creature, leaps forward and clamps its jaws down briefly onto his arm. Flicks him around before he is forced off. And we are done.
All right. The drow looks around and realizes that he is outnumbered and definitely outmatched, and he makes a run for it.
So is he disengaged? Dashing away?
He is completely dashing away. If you would like to make an opportunity attack, you can.
I think the arrow can too, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yes, the arrow can.
You gotta be kidding me.
And it was not kidding you. It indeed happened.
I know I say this once every game, but I quit.
So are we able to chase him, or is he like out of sight?
Yeah, because like I have 80 feet of movement a turn if I dash.
He is able to blend into shadows completely.
Dang. Well, that's fine. We just let him go. Let's question Heldar. Now that that's done with, guys, I doubt we'll be catching up with him. It's too dark anyways. My human eyes can't see in the dark very well. You, sir, do you know why anyone would be wanting to harm you?
You can see that he is sitting down on the ground with his back against the wall, just clapping, "Yay! Do it again!"
I slap him. I literally slap him.
Maybe this drow wasn't so bad.
Linus,
Do you...
practice your mending. And I point at my iron defense.
Oh yeah. Do they still have that?
Yes, that applies to this guy too.
Ooh, really gonna do that.
Cedric says to the
say
man.
his name just to make sure he gets fully regened. I'll start casting at the same time.
Cedric questions the man, "What were you doing over here?"
It's
The man
2d6
looks at
movement. Boom.
Oh, do we roll that for? Is it
Yeah,
2d6?
2d6 to heal it with mending.
The guy on the ground says, "The name's Heldar." And he looks over at you two mending the Iron Defender. And he goes, "Ooh, that's nifty."
What's more nifty is if you would pay attention to me. We just
You did?
saved your life. Do
You
you
did?
realize that?
What?
Yes,
No.
he was posed to attack you. Do you have any enemies in this area?
Well, it looks like he was attacking you.
Yes.
That's because we stopped him from attacking you.
It's not what I saw.
What have you been drinking?
Everything.
Obviously.
I still think we should have let the drow get this one, guys.
Next time
maybe we
we'll...
should have intervened afterwards.
That sounds like a good idea. Maybe we can just blame it on the drow anyway.
Okay.
Oh god, that wasn't the answer I was
That's going a little too far. A little too far.
Yeah, I was joking anyway as I lower a knife into my pocket. Haha.
What do you know of all the elves and half-elves that have been slain over here over the last week or so?
Oh, I thought that was just a rumor.
No, you were about to be the next one. Had we not intervened.
Really? Did I win something?
That's one dark lottery.
Yes, you won your life.
How about a bath in the river?
Cedric looks This man's useless. We're wasting our time trying to save these people.
Ask him what bar he came from. Might be able to get a little bit more info in there.
Sure, which bar did you come from? Heldar.
Only the one that has the best mule ale ever.
A name, please.
The direction, anything.
We're not from this part of town. We're not even from this town. What tavern are you speaking of?
Oh, only Mule Skull Tavern
Mule Skull.
Mule Skull, gotcha.
has the best mule ale.
Why are there so many taverns named after skulls in this city?
Right. That's a very good question, Urso.
I can't wait till we stumble upon Skull Tavern.
Who? Now, Hildar, hurry home. Another drow tries to end your life.
Okay. Tell Deville I say hi.
Sure, is that the waitress or tavern owner?
Who?
Never mind.
I'm beginning to think this guy's getting drunk in a barn.
He said tell who that he said hi?
I think he said the veal.
Is that what he said?
I will make sure Devil knows that hi.
Oh, he was slurring so much I couldn't really understand him. My bad.
Where is Deville, by the way? Do you know offhand?
Do I know offhand?
I was asking the drunk man.
He is always at the Yawning Portal. That's where I see him.
Oh.
Great bar.
We've been there. We've got a couple people here who's been down in the portal too.
No.
Can we please leave this guy?
Yes, I have no need for fans of my heroics now.
Our heroics.
Yes, of course. Our heroics. And I instinctively lift up his arm like, someone who's been named the champion of like some kind of boxing ring.
Is he still sitting on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Does he have like any coin purses that are openly visible?
Roll perception. Let's find out.
I have a terrible perception.
Yes, you are able to see one.
Can I attempt to help him up, but in the process, us both kind of trip a little bit and sleight of hand his coin purse?
I don't see why not.
I want to try that.
Yeah. Let's say 10 or higher with sleight of hand, since he is drunk. Nice.
Now hurry on home, be good. It seems you've had more to drink than you thought, haven't you? This is...
Okay.
Cedric starts to walk
He
off.
kind of
Let's go.
stumbled off. In the coin purse, you find 20 dragons.
Oof. So much for his rent. Now my question is, did anyone else see that? Or are y'all choosing to just not see that?
See, what exactly? You stole something from him?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it. I don't give a shit.
His coin purse.
I'm just shaking my head in disapproval.
Meh.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Exactly.
Alright, I guess let's
Do you want to
find
end it
somewhere.
at the Yawning Portal and go turn in your quest?
Yes. A most agreeable suggestion.
All right, so you go back to the yawning portal where you find Deville
guess.
Starstrong. He and Yagra are sitting at a table together.
Does DeVille match the description of who she was working with from earlier?
He just might.
Davil, we have investigated some of those rumors. You heard about murders of elves and half-elves and dogs.
Ah, yes, yes, I have. Did you take care of that for me?
In the very least, we can confirm the murderer, a drow, wielding a strange sort of crossbow, but no bow. It made explosive noises, spat fire, and I have not seen the like.
Ah, that would be one of the renegade gunslingers. They like to go through the dock board every once in a while and off some of our sailors.
I am regrettable, or it is regrettable for me to inform you. He did indeed get away, though.
Oh, that's fine. There will always be more. But did Heldar survive?
Yes, a little worse for wear, but he is alive and has hobbled home. He says hi.
Good.
How did you know he was the one that was
Oh, he's our plant. We go and send him to get drunk and see if anyone tries to kill him.
It's a fair alibi.
But I would like to thank you. Now, who all helped in saving him?
Do we want to step forward?
It was all of us, right?
I mean, Cedric, being the greedy bastard he is, would love to be like just me and Zamados. But Cedric says no, it was all of the owners except Volo of the Troll Skull Tavern. Me, Zamados here, and Ursa over there, the boy next to him, and Diero at the bar by the windows.
Even the boy? That's impressive.
Even the boy, he's becoming quite the spellcaster. We're proud of him.
Well, for all those that helped ensure his survival, I give you this. And he hands each of you a small pouch.
Oh. Can I look inside?
Inside is 50 dragons each.
Ooh, my.
And he says, thank you. For anyone interested in joining the Zentarum, you gain 1 renown.
So our renown starts at 0, and now we have 1 renown for us in. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
If you would like it, it is there and it is yours.
I join.
I'm not like. I don't know how I feel about the Zentarum.
Well, as you are debating on whether or not you would like to join, he does talk to Zamados a little bit, and he tells you a little bit about himself. He says, I am an adventurer, or a retired adventurer, like yourself one day in the past, the far, far past. And my adventuring companions joined the Zentarum a few years back, and they need they help people in need. We provide loans, mercenaries, and other services. But we have noticed recently that another black network gang has recently infiltrated the city, and they tried to take over the Xanathar Guild. However, they failed and set off a war in the streets. And while we are trying to end the violence and restore the peace, they are taking the good name of the Zentarum and dragging it through the mud.
I like a good war. Name their location, and I will gladly cure them all.
We are taking care of it, but if you would like, there is a shop in the Trades Ward called Weir Bottles Concoctions. The gnome who runs it is a friend of ours named Schemo. He's made some potions of mind reading for a client. If you can, in your time, pick up the potions and deliver them to the Godcatcher. It's one of the enormous statues in the castle ward. Give the potions to the lady in the purple cloak. Keep the tip.
Agree. I kind of nod. This sort of a cruel-looking smile.
He nods back and tells you to have a great day.
While we have him here, I'm gonna ask him some questions, if you do not mind. I asked him, what did he say anything specifically about? I mean, he did mention the Xanathar's Guild, and that they're trying to find out stuff about them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just another branch? Yeah. It wasn't the bad branch of the Zentarum or whatever that they don't like. Because there's like two halves to it, right?
Yes, there's another black network that has infiltrated the city, and they are trying to take over Xanathar Guild and have therefore created a rift in the city. But they're using the name of the Zentarum in order to do so.
Okay. Well, I guess he did. I don't really have any other questions. Because I don't remember what all I wrote down. I wrote stuff down, but like it's vague, so I don't remember exactly what I needed it for. Nope. Yep. That's it.
All right. As he gets back to talking with Yagra, he tells you that all subsequent missions and briefings will be written on scrolls and delivered by flying snakes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We will need proper chandeliers to house them. I must write that down. Snake chandeliers.
Snake chandeliers?
Yes, snake chandeliers.
That's a little excessive, but we'll consider it.
Better keep your windows open, otherwise you'll have flying snakes just beating against the windows in the dead of night.
I just picture them being rattlesnakes. You just hear tink, tink. Yeah, I'll join the Zentarum, the good side of the Zentarum, rather.
Okay, you get 1 renown.
This way I can.
There's no
keep
like
my
conflicts at all to joining, right?
Mm-mm.
I guess that I may as well too. Yeah, the invitation's open to all of us, right?
Correct.
Yeah, then I mean, there's no point in not joining, right? Why not? tab on it, guys.
I believe we have a scarecrow to handle next.
Yes.
Yep, and we'll do that next game. That's a good stopping point for now.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks all for. Thank you, Jess, for running. And
Nope.
please remember, touch that like button. Subscribe to join the skeleton. If you like the content on this channel, hello. Really helps us out. Next time.